So, you're a Nissan owner, and you've got this pesky P0011 engine code staring you in the face. Well, you've come to the right place. We're going to break down exactly what this means and, believe it or not, how you might be able to fix it yourself without even calling a mechanic. You know the feeling, right? You're just driving, minding your own business, and bam, that little orange light clicks on. It's so frustrating, and your mind just starts racing, okay, what's broken now and what's this going to cost me? But hey, you've already done the first smart thing. You got the code scanned, P0011. So let's figure out what your car is trying to tell you, and let's tackle this thing, starting with the simplest, and I mean simplest fixes first.
Right. Before we grab any tools, we got to understand the warning. What in the world is a P0011 code anyway?
Okay, here's the official technical definition. A camshaft position timing over advanced or system performance for Bank 1. Yeah, I know, that's a mouthful. Basically, your car's main computer has spotted that the intake camshaft on one side of your engine, Bank 1, is running way ahead of schedule. Let's just cut through all that jargon. Think of it this way. Your engine is like a perfectly timed orchestra. Every single part has a precise moment to do its job. The P0011 code is like the violin section starting their part way too early. It throws the whole performance off. So what does that feel like from the driver's seat? I bet some of this sounds pretty familiar. Is your engine idling kind of rough? Does it feel weak when you try to accelerate? Maybe it's tough to start, or you're just burning through gas way faster than usual. These are all classic symptoms of P0011. Okay, so where do we even begin to look? Well, we're going to start with the number one prime suspect. And the good news is you probably won't need a giant toolbox for this. The answer is usually way simpler than you think.
Get this, a whopping 90% of the time, this code isn't some huge, expensive mechanical failure. Nope, it's caused by something super basic that you can check yourself in your driveway in like 5 minutes. Seriously.
And here's the key. Your engine's timing system literally runs on clean oil and the right amount of pressure. So a really common problem is just that the engine oil got dirty. It gets all sludgy and clogs up the very parts that control your engine's timing. When that oil gets low or gunky, it just can't do its job.
So before you do anything else, here's your first mission. Pop the hood, pull out that dipstick. First, is the oil level where it should be? And second, what does the oil look like? Is it clean and golden, or is it dark, thick, and gritty? If it's low or looks nasty, an oil and filter change is your first and honestly probably your only step to making this code go away.
But what if your oil is perfect? It's clean, it's at the right level, and that check engine light just won't quit. Okay, now our investigation takes us to a small but super important electrical part. This little guy is the variable valve timing solenoid, or VVT solenoid. Just think of it like a gatekeeper for your oil flow. The engine's computer tells this solenoid open or close to send oil where it needs to go, which adjusts the engine timing on the fly. It's all about getting the best power and the best fuel economy. But what happens if that gatekeeper gets stuck? Well, if the solenoid gets clogged with old, sludgy oil, or it just breaks, it can get stuck wide open. And when that happens, it's forcing your engine's timing to be permanently advanced. And that is exactly what the P0011 code is warning you about. Now, if your engine has two of these solenoids, I've got a really clever trick for you. You don't need any fancy diagnostic tools for this. Just swap the solenoid from Bank 1 with the one from Bank 2. Then, clear the codes and go for a drive. Did the problem move? If you now get a P0021 code, which is the code for Bank 2, you've just proven 100% that the solenoid is bad. It's a brilliant little test.
Okay, let's say you've checked the oil, you've even tested the solenoid, but that stubborn check engine light is still on. Well, now we have to start thinking about a deeper, more mechanical problem.
Now, this is definitely less common, but the problem could actually be with the timing chain itself. Over thousands and thousands of miles, a chain can stretch out, or the parts that keep it tight can wear out. And when that happens, it physically throws off the timing. And unfortunately, no amount of fresh oil or new solenoids is going to fix that.
And this brings us to a really important crossroads. Look, checking your oil, super easy DIY job. Swapping a solenoid, most people can handle that. But replacing a timing chain, that is a big, complicated job that honestly is best left to a professional mechanic.
So, let's pull all of this together. We've walked through the whole process, from the ridiculously simple fix to the most complex one. Here is your final, easy-to-remember action plan for crushing that P0011 code.
Just remember this order. Step 1,
Always, always, always start with the oil. Check the level, check the condition. It is the absolute most common fix. If the oil is good, move on to step 2. Inspect and test that VVT solenoid. And only if both of those check out should you even begin to worry about step 3, which is a bigger mechanical issue, like a stretched timing chain.
So before you start thinking the worst and picturing huge repair bills, just ask yourself this. Could a simple 15-minute oil change really be the fix for your engine headache? Because a lot of the time, the answer is yes.